HARIOM. Welcome to this online satsang by our Guruji, Swami Nispruh Spandan. This online satsang was recorded on the 26th of November on 2023. We would like to remind you that as this is a translation, there is a possibility that some of the original meaning has been lost during the translation process. So we hope that all the information told on this video is as close to what our Guruji has originally meant, and we are hopeful that you are able to grab as much insight as possible from this video. Swamiji encourages us to not be stuck with his words, to try to grasp the meaning behind those words, and we encourage you to do the same in this video also. So try to find the meaning behind what is being spoken, the heart to say. One of the most important aspects of getting spiritual knowledge is to leave all your preconditioning and beliefs at the door as you would leave your shoes, and to come to listen to these teachings as open-mindedly as possible. So if this is your method of approach, then these videos will be incredibly valuable to you. We would also like to mention that if you think that these videos are too long, that you don't have patience to sit through them to gather all the knowledge that is given in them, then how will you have patience to sit hours in meditation, which is required to reach heightened states of awareness? So don't watch these videos as something to entertain yourself with, but rather watch them with the intent of launching yourself forward on the spiritual path. If something said on this video doesn't seem clear to you or raises questions, then please leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll try to clear any confusions to the best of our ability. And if you have any ideas on how to improve the quality of our videos, then also please leave those in the comment section below. We hope that you will have success in your spiritual endeavors. This was the Nispruhyog Kriyayog team. Please enjoy the video. HARIOM. Swamiji starts out the satsang by telling an important message to all sishyas, meaning spiritual students, who feel a sudden urge to do something loving towards their Guruji. They may see he has a need that he would like to get taken care of. There is a certain sweetness of emotion that arises in a human being when they wish to do something good for others. And this goodness, this bhava, may rise in a devotee to do something for their guru. The devotee might feel unfathomable levels of anxiety if they are not able to meet the demands of their guru, in the way that a parent may feel anxious over not being able to meet the demands of their child. A parent would like to meet that demand as soon as possible, and if the parent is not able to do so, then he will not be at peace. How does this relate to a sishya who has the sweetness of emotion awakened within them to do a certain kind of service, heartful service, loving service, which is called seva, for his Guruji? When this bhava awakens, and if the student is able to meet that idea, that hope to do something for their Guruji by their own means, without too much discomfort, then he should do so and follow that heartful calling, and not start asking the other sishyas to contribute to his arising bhava. This is because the other sishyas might not have the same capacity, might have a different life situation where they are not able to contribute to the bhava of this one shishya. And then these other sishyas may feel this discomfort, uneasiness, that they are not able to take care of their beloved Guruji when there is a need. So the sishya should work on their bhava independently if it awakens in them. Parents do more than they can afford for their children, and the same is done by the Shishya for their Guru. The important thing in this is that the service is done from the heart, from love, from a positive standpoint, which makes it seva, and not if negativity arises in that Shishya. Don't think that the demands of the Guru are childish in nature, like a young child might ask things that the parents really cannot afford. As the child matures, he will know what the parents can afford and demand things of them accordingly. This way the Guru will only ask things from the Shishya that he can afford. Next up, Swamiji tells that often people say or think that there is more pain and sorrow in my life than someone else's life. Someone has it better than I do. This is not actually possible, because the nature of things is such that there is the equal amount of positivity and negativity in one's life. The same way as there is day and night, there is also happiness and sadness, pain and pleasure. Because if you look at it this way, there is no pleasure without pain, and vice versa. If you are thirsty, which is the pain, you get the equal amount of pleasure from quenching that thirst by drinking water. Now, people still have differing lives from one another. Some people may be experiencing lots of painful things during a certain span of their life, and some people might be experiencing lots of positive things and pleasurable things during a certain time of their life. And when we see this, then we start thinking that some people have it better than we do, that they have more happy things going on in their life than we do. This is not true, because of the nature of how things are. The delivery of happiness and sadness happens differently with every person. There are many factors which determine how the pain and pleasure comes during one's lifetime. But still, the amount of pain and pleasure is equal. It's the law of equal action to equal reaction. Swamiji says that it is 2 kg happiness and 2 kg sadness. Now this 2 kg might come in 50 grams, 100 grams, or different sizes of packets. But there is always a corresponding equal amount of the opposite emotion. Always. It is like an electrocardiogram, which records the electrical signal from the heart. You've seen it in the movies or maybe in the hospital, that there's the line, and the line might jump up, then it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But it's always, there's the equal amount of upward and downward movement. There will not be a higher ripple without a lower ripple in the water. It is always equal. The same way is with sadness and happiness also. So if there is a person who experiences only pain for an extended period of time, then there is a likelihood that that person will go crazy. But it may also be an extremely valuable thing in the spiritual path. The enlightened masters have realized that there is no such thing as pain and pleasure, or happiness and sadness, that these are just the waves of life. One might start differentiating between these two and seeing them as separate, when in fact they are part of the same complete picture. So the point of view of one's mind is what determines whether a thing is good or bad, essentially making it an opinion. So if we look at, for example, training of army recruits, one person might look at this and see that these people are going in such inhumane conditions, going through a lot of pain and uncomfortable situations. So that person must definitely be not enjoying it. It's not an enjoyable situation. But if we look at the person that has voluntarily undertaken this training that they give in the military, he has accepted it joyously, and for him it may be a joyous experience. even though he may be experiencing lots of pains, that acceptance of it has created joy for him in it. Some people also may go ice swimming into freezing water. One person looks at it as crazy behavior, something absolutely uncomfortable and unfathomable and unenjoyable. And the person who goes voluntarily and swims in that water looks at it as a pleasurable activity to do and finds a lot of joy in it. So there are a lot of people who will always see the negative parts in life, something to complain about. They may live in a good house and have all the commodities taken care of, but they might look at outside and see that the weather is not good or there's too much noise. During the winter they might say that the weather is horrible, it's so cold and it's snowing or raining. Ew, what a horrible weather. And during the summer they might say, when the sun is shining, that what a hot day. It's too hot. It should be a little cooler. Like this is just too much. This way people hope that the situation would be something different from what it is right now. Ultimately, this is creating suffering. Another example which Swamiji tells is of a farmer and a trader who are friends. The trader tells the farmer that you should invite us sometime for dinner. And the farmer responds that, oh no, how could we? You are so much more well off than we are. We are very poor and don't have much to show for. So how could we invite a person with such high stature as yourself to our home? But when the family of the trader went to visit them, it was a great experience for them, as they could see how the food was prepared differently from how it is prepared at their house, and how the building style is different, and how the ways are different, how people interact with one another. So this way, comparing ourselves to others is what is creating this dissatisfaction in us. If we have been conditioned so much that we are always comparing ourselves to what others have, like we may be completely content with the car that we have currently, but then we might see an advertisement which creates a certain feel of unhappiness with the car that we currently own. This advertisement might show how this car is a great addition to one's life, how it is such a great car, and if you don't have one, then your life is not complete. Or it might be a coworker who says something in the break room that I have just bought this new car. How the older models are just not good. Really, this new model is where it's at. I'm so happy about my new car. Then we start feeling bad about our car. Now it's not good anymore because someone else said that it wasn't really good. Made us kind of believe it as well. So now every time that we drive our car, we feel sadness that it is not the best that it could be. When as before we were perfectly content with the car. We were happy how it was taking us from one place to another and how it was comfortably fitting us all inside it. Even Ram and Krishna had this example of 2 kilograms of pain and 2 kilograms of pleasure, 2 kilograms of joy and 2 kilograms of sorrow. The pain and the pleasure is divided throughout their lives. Like a person who may experience lots of wealth and richness during an early part of their life, may lose their parents when they turn 18, and then they go through lots of sorrow and difficulties, and later on are able to come out of that and create new wealth for themselves and go on living and experiencing different kinds of happy things and sad things. So in this case, there would be 1 kilogram of happiness at the first part of their life, 1 kilogram of sadness and pain, then start experiencing maybe 250 grams of happiness and 250 grams of sadness, and so on. No matter if you are poor or rich, a fan blowing on a hot summer day will give you the same amount of happiness. For a spiritually enlightened person, there is no pain and pleasure. They are able to enjoy tears and laughter equally, fully enjoying everything. So there is no happiness nor sadness. When we are influenced by somebody else, then we start experiencing that sadness. For example, a boy who's at school, completely content and happy with life. Suddenly his friend comes along and shows him this new apparatus that he has in his hand. It's the iPhone. Look, I have an iPhone. Look all the cool things that it can do. Don't you have an iPhone? Suddenly the boy sees that there's something lacking in his life. I don't have an iPhone. So he goes home and starts asking his parents for an iPhone. And the parents can't suddenly afford an iPhone, nor think that it is necessarily a good investment for such a young boy. So the boy starts fighting with the parents, saying to them that, don't you love me? My friend has an iPhone, but you are not giving me one. Now the boy is under his friend's influence. So now that influence is coming over to their home and affecting everybody's life and creating sadness for everybody. So when we start comparing ourselves to others, we start finding shortcomings in ourselves. Before, those shortcomings were pointed out by someone directly or indirectly, we were completely happy. But now we see that we have a shortcoming, and that is creating unhappiness. We should see that this is the mind playing games with us. We should not go under the feelings when someone may be dominating over us by influence, saying that I have this, why don't you have this? Or on the opposite, if someone is praising us, we should not start feeling elevated because of that. Swamiji tells of a Mahatma that he met when he was 14 years old. This Mahatma told Swamiji about the happiness that we get through our relationships. That it is really the love of Paramatma coming to us through these relationships. There is this example which the Mahatma gave, that the first level of love a person receives may be from his family, from his parents. Now, if a person has lost their parents from an early age, this love will come to him through his siblings. His siblings will take care of him and love him dearly and do everything that the parents would do. But if the siblings are not available, or there are no siblings, then this love will come from society. Society will take good care of this person, and this person will be highly trusted in the society and might become a leader or something similar. And if this person is not in the society of the country that he is from, then he may become very respected in this other country and innovate something and become very useful. And these people will start appraising him. But even if that doesn't happen, then the love that he will receive is the ultimate kind of love. This bliss, which is pure and there is no comparison to it. And this is coming from Paramatma, not from any outer facade, but rather from the inner being. And this is the greatest kind of love, bliss. You should not compare your household to other households either. Swamiji tells of a story of two lady friends talking to each other. One of them says to the other that my husband makes the morning tea at our house. It's so amazing that I get to wake up and there is morning tea waiting for me right away. Now the other one of these friends starts thinking to herself, oh, why does my husband never make the morning tea? I always make the morning tea for us. So the next morning, the wife tells the husband, you make the morning tea. And now the husband is confused. Yesterday everything was fine. He starts asking his wife that what has happened. Now the wife tells him about his friend, whose husband makes her the morning tea in the morning. Now the husband tells her that, yes, but their household is different. They might have different agreements. different understandings with each other. For example, your friend might work late, so she comes home later and also sleeps longer. So the husband makes the morning tea. And say, for example, in another household, it may be the opposite, that the husband comes home late and has to sleep longer, so the wife makes the morning tea. So this way, everybody's household is different. The dynamics of that house are different, and we should not be comparing ourselves to another household, because the situation is different at that household. So you have to look what's around you and make the best of it. You have to learn how to be happy. No one is going to teach you how to be happy. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't go under the influence of others. Whatever is the moment, we should enjoy that completely. If it's winter, then we do nice winter activities. In Finland, we go to sauna, or go ski, or have some nice hot drink. During the summer, go out to swim in the lake and spend some time doing barbecue or things like that. As a sadhak, we should not get affected by the material surroundings that we are in. Only be influenced by God, by Guru, and don't get influenced by the illusion. HARIOM. Thank you for watching this video of our Guruji's online satsang. We enjoyed making it, and we hope that you also enjoyed watching. So please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more content like this in the future. If you would like to meet with our Guruji or to be initiated into Kriya Yoga, then please contact us through the contact detail given in the video description below. We're still beginners at making these videos, so if you would have any suggestions on how to improve the quality of these videos, then please leave those in the comment section below or send them through our email. We would love any and all feedback. Or if you have any questions, then also please leave those in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe this channel, share this video with your friends. We hope to see you in the next one. Jai Guru, HARIOM.